Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My name's Grant Russell, and behind me we got a fresh new arrival. This was actually down at the dealer display in Colorado Springs, and we acquired this one. So this is a brand new 2026 year model Supreme Aire. Supreme Aire's had some lifestyle changes this year. As you can see up front, a little different nose on this one. This floor plan is called the 4129 floor plan. It's a quad slide. And what's new about the new Supreme Aire is they're offering the 38 to 41 foot floor plans on the P1116 Cascadia cab. This has the 38 to 41 foot floor plans are gonna have a 116 cab. And then the larger ones, the 45s, will be on the 126. That's going to give you a 525 horsepower Detroit Diesel engine with 1,850 pound-foot of torque on this 4129 floor plan. Go ahead and open this up in the front. Have a good look there at the new specs. This is going to have the DT12, so it's a 12-speed transmission. Like I mentioned earlier, 525 horsepower, Detroit DD13 engine. Being a front engine motorhome, I always like to mention it makes it a lot easier access to all your belts and hoses and fluids, being able to access it up front here. But this is a brand new chassis that the Supreme Aires are now being built on. And as we come around on this side, you can see how easy it is to access things like your engine oil, power steering fluid, reservoir, the fuel filter, water separator is located here, engine coolant, air filter. Again, everything's nice and easy access being a front engine Super C motorhome. Another thing you'll notice about this particular model is we've got some blackout wheels here. We've got the blackout mirrors. So this has the new Onyx package is available. They still do the chrome style. If you don't get the Onyx package, this one came with the Onyx package on it. The exterior graphics of this one's called Lawton. So Lawton graphics with the Onyx package. Behind here we have access to your DEF. Your DEF tank's gonna be, you've got a 13-gallon diesel exhaust fluid. And then right here, which is actually going to be accessed on this side, is a 120-gallon fuel tank. Additionally in here, if you notice, everything's kind of labeled in here. This switch right here has always kind of been on the other side on some previous year model Supreme Aires. But the auxiliary air switch here, if someone has the keys and someone's wanting to raise the air seats, let me get over here, Jody. So we should have enough air in the cab right now, but I can lower these down and raise them up. Of course, they do have all your lumbar supports, heat, and then you can set that. This little setting here just keeps it from too much bounce when you're driving the coach. While we're right here at the entrance cab, so you notice we've got these nice big grab bars. This makes it easier for when you're pulling yourself in and out of the coach. Additionally, right here next to the driver's seat is your disconnect switch on the chassis. We do have the side-mounted cameras located right here. I want to close this. Oh yeah, so there's a release in here. You got to flip this switch. I'm going to lower this back down. Let's go into cameras. So if you notice, we got a camera here on the front. Then we had the side view cameras. And then you also have these cameras on the side of the coach. You'll have them on both sides. So this has the 360 camera view, where it kind of gives you an image of a rooftop, and you can see all the way around the coach with the 360 camera view. And this bay is going to be Back housed behind here is your chassis cranking batteries. Here's a good look at one of the hydraulic HWH jacks with the spring lift on it. Next bay down, we have the 8 AGM Harris batteries. Those are all AGM batteries. And then if we move to this bay here, we've got the 3,000 watt Victron Energy. So that's your inverter system in here. It's also some good storage. Your automatic transfer switch is all located in here. You've got a 50-foot retractable shore power cord. Things I always like to point out that Newmar does real well. So if I walk this out and I'm plugging this in, I get these flap seals right here. I can just pop this in place. Makes life easy when you're hooking up or unhooking. Simply just pull this out, and there's a switch on the door to roll it back in. Get that in, give it a little slack, lay that in, and the doors, this seems like it's been about 3 years now, but change these seals out so that it does make it easier to open and close your compartment so you're not fighting all the time to open and close. You can see we got a blackout down below here on the exhaust. So that's the exhaust on the generator. I've got that running right now. Here's the 8,000 watt Cummins Onan generator. A little storage. This is going to be good for like keeping gloves, hoses, some chemicals. It does have a drain down below there, so this is all going to be close to your dump bay. So your gray water and black water drain are going to be located right here. This is the whole house water filtration system located right here. Do have a little KIB panel. So new for 2026. We've got some new KIB panels, and they're using ATC as a new manufacturer for the lighting, which I'll show you when we go on the inside there. But simply tanks, power, exterior. So if I go to exterior, I can operate my driver security light, rear security light, passenger security lights. I can go to my power, see, I can turn the generator on and off from this location here. I can check my holding tanks. I can turn my water pump on and off, turn my autofill on and off, top off the water. It's all located from this location here. And then you got sewer, you got a black tank rinse, so that sends water in. And you have the gate valve pulled on your black water tank. That'll flush out the black water. Here's your gate valve on the gray water. City water hookup. So similar to the shore power, you walk your hose out, simply pop this in place to close the door when you're using it, remove and push button to reel that back in. And you have the outdoor shower that you can see here as well. This is the opposite side of the pass-through storage. You do have some glad hands located in here, plus that's your 50-foot air hose coiled up there. So the P1116 Cascadia, 525 horsepower, 1,850 pound-foot of torque, will tow up to 20,000 pounds. There's where glad hands can go in place. If you're using an air system you've got air brakes on a trailer, that's where you would use that. It does have hookups here for your 7-way power if you use an electric brake controller. And then the Phillips outlet here is so you can toggle between the motorhome camera up top and a camera if you have a camera inside of a trailer or on the back side of a tow trailer. You can switch between the two cameras. All LED lights. Here's that spoiler up top. Full walk-on roof. It doesn't have a ladder, but if you use a boom lift or an A-frame ladder, telescoping ladder, it's got a full fiberglass walk-on roof. Things you can't see that Newmar does real well is you'll have drains that are hidden behind the walls here, similar to a gutter system on a house. you're going to have a gutter system on a Newmar motorhome. So when you're running your air conditioners and you got some of that condensation that's building up on the rooftop, it won't leak down the side of the coach. It literally leaks down the drains and underneath the coach on the four corners of the coach. Moving down this way, we're other side of the pass-through storage. Also, well, let me open this up here. Forgot to show you this. Little hidden storage compartment in here. So you've got some good shelving storage up top, plus a little pass-through storage as well. You don't see that rear storage too often on the Super C motorhomes. In this bay, you'll notice some extra loose supplies. You've got some loose tile. So the tiles shipped with the Newmars, or in case you drop something heavy or have a cracked tile, you've got some replacements there. You also have your central vacuum filter is going to be located here to change that in and out. So it's got a whole house filter system on it. A little light switch that turns on the LED lights on the back of the coach. And then you have these two white panels are going to be your Girard awnings. Speaking of the Girard, so this has the standard is the Girard 2000 series, which just comes straight out and straight in. This one was ordered with the Nova awnings. Novas just have the pitch, so they come out and they pitch down. Gives you some nice shade coverage underneath here, depending on where the sun's at. Plus you've got the LED lights that run the whole length of these awnings. So in the evening, it does give you some really nice lighting outside as well. Something else that I've noticed that's changed, but on these 38 to 41 foot floor plans on the Supreme Aire, you notice we no longer have a twin drive. They do the twin drive, that's going to be on the 45 foot models, but on the shorter 38 to 41 foot, this being 41, you do have a single rear drive on it. And the wheelbase on this one is 349 inches. 105 gallon fresh water tank's going to be behind this pegboard. Low point drain, it's just where it's located, kind of a lot of weight goes in there when it's full, so it's kind of near this axle to give it a lot of support. Once again, it's a blackout package, so with the blackout wheels, you also have the blackout handle. Plus you've got a code here. You can lock and unlock your entrance door and all your compartment doors using the set code here. Got a little doorbell on it. Screen door. Something else has changed, I've noticed, is we got the electric steps instead of the hydraulic steps. So that's something that's changed moving forward into the 2026 year model. Supreme Aires has gone to the electric step. So in this bay, you'll notice we've got an outside Dometic refrigerator, a little mini refrigerator freezer combo. You can set that to whatever you want it to be set for refrigerant or freezer. And then you'll notice back here we have this white pump. So the kitchen is back behind this wall here. So because the holding tanks are all the way to the back, we've got a pump to pump the gray water back to the gray water holding tank. Outside entertainment, we got a 43-inch Samsung LED smart television with soundbar. I always like to point these out. These simply pull out. There's a magnet back there that holds them tight. You can angle them, get the glare off of the TV. You can also angle them down. If you're sitting out, you're sitting low, you want to get the better angle facing down. Notice the hydraulics here. So this does have a hydraulic leveling system on it, and it also has the main slide in the living room is a hydraulic ram that runs in and out using this motor here. Got some extra storage. The Oasis Chinook hydronic heating system is going to be for your hot water and for the furnace. So that does have two electric elements in it. It also has a diesel boiler. Just basically, this is a very residential-like system. It's quiet when it's running. It's down here in the compartment, so you don't hear it cooking when you're inside. So that's where it's located on this floor plan. Also, you'll notice outside we've got the bicycle or motorcycle mirror. So the driver, if you're driving, you know, you're sitting up kind of high. So if there's any bicyclists or motorcyclists in this area, you can simply use this mirror to see below. Another thing, on the Cascadia cab, it's going to have the Detroit Assurance Safety System, which is going to give you collision mitigation, blind spot assist, so this senses when there's vehicles left and right of you, adaptive cruise, and lane assist. So that's all part of the Cascadia cab. There's a camera system in the center part of the front part of the windshield, right under the Newmar emblem. And that's where that uses for lane assist and collision mitigation, adaptive cruise. It's part of that Detroit Assurance Safety System. You'll notice the antenna on the side here. So these are pre-wired. If you want to add a CB radio, they have the pre-wired antennas already there. Just have to simply add the radio. Well, come on in, let's check out the inside of this one. So just to show you how much room you have, you know, if you're on the road and you're traveling, you want to get up, grab a sandwich out of the refrigerator, use the bathroom, you can still get down and walk down the middle of the coach with ease. I'd like to leave the front slides in just to show you that. You can get all the way to this location here. Obviously this is where the king size bed and the wardrobe slide are gonna sandwich together there. So that's, see how you can still access the mid bath. You can still access the fridge. So some simple things I wanted to point out there. Let me grab this out of the way. We'll go ahead and run these slides out. While it's going out, so this does have the sable maple hardwood high gloss finished cabinetry. And then the interior of this one is going to be called the Saguaro Decor Package. You notice this slide here goes out and 90 degrees down. There's no carpet in this area. So you have a hydraulic slide motor that's going to handle the weight of all the tile underneath the furniture here. And then we got an electric slide on this side. And then we have two more slides. So this is a quad. The 4129 is a new floor plan for 2026, which gives you 4 slide outs instead of the one big full wall slide. We got 2 in the back, 2 up here in the front. All right, kind of start in this area here. So you've got all Corian countertops, a lot of counter space to work with on this floor plan. Love the fireplace, a little fireplace up front here. We've got a 50-inch smart Samsung LED television with sound bar, great sound system, overhead storage. We've got pre-wired for HDMI hookups for DVD players, satellite receivers. And then you've got some more storage down below here. You'll notice we have a dishwasher. It's an optional dishwasher on this model. And then something Newmar's been doing for several years now, and it's still popular by demand. You've got the induction cooktop where you can remove this, take it outdoors. For cleanup, you can simply unplug it. Makes it easy to clean up in here before you reset it. And then you got cutting boards on the flip side of these covers. And we have the Whirlpool, convection, and air fryer. So this is an air fryer, also a convection and microwave oven. Little spice storage up top here. This is going to just be all storage. pull out drawer. There's all the owner's manuals. And then we have a nice big single piece stainless steel sink, residential faucet head. And we have full extension drawer glides. All your drawers for the kitchen area. And one large utensil drawer located here. It does have on the awning outside, you do have a remote control. So you run running the awnings in and out using this. Some extra loose supplies that do come with these. These are the remotes for the beds, all the remote controls for sound bars. Will be located here, and TVs. Additional storage underneath the sink area, a dedicated trash receptacle. And then the new multiplex system. This has that new ATC system, so it's a little different look, but your lights, climate control, floor heat. This one has the optional floor heat on it. Generator controls are all going to be located in here. Similar to the previous year models, you still have this panel up top here. This does have the Newmar LTE system on it. Let's see, this one is equipped with the Wi-Fi Ranger Denali Spruce LTE service. Plus it does have Starlink as well, which you'll see that here in a bit. Gen controls, over-the-air antenna. This is your inverter system here. And then you have your hydraulic system located right here. Everything's nicely labeled here. Wi-Fi router, entrance lock, unlock, step cover. So basically very self-explanatory there. Hydraulic reset system here is located here. If you ever have any hiccups on the hydraulics, it does have a reset mode there. And then we have the new ATC panel. This is completely new to me, so I'm still kind of learning this, but really easy to read and kind of scroll through. I'm told that there is an app coming out from Newmar, yet to get that name yet, but part of that ATC program, you'll be able to have access to your climate control, your shades, your fans, your floor heat, your gen power, your inverter controls, everything located, lights. Anything that's on this system here will be on your phone once we get that app up and running. All right, and then across from this area, we've got the all-electric Whirlpool refrigerator with some pantry storage located here. These are just all set shelves. Goes deep all the way back in there. And then right here, we've got, first of all, this is the pad. Let me pull this, get this out of here. This makes the dinette into a bed, but right here we have an adjustable shelf, some hanging closet storage, some storage down below. Put this back in here. All electric Whirlpool refrigerator with ice maker down below, freezer storage below the ice maker. And then this dinette will simply push down to that cushion that I was just pulling out of that cabinet, goes on top here to make this into a little smaller bed. And these will pull out, so you do have some storage below each one of the booths. And you do have all your overhead storage cabinets with the hidden hinges to hold those up in place when you're loading and unloading all the cabinetry. You notice we've got the theater seating here. This is kind of a new look here. They got a little Corian insert with the cup holders. And then you have these electric chairs for your theater seats. Another KIB panel where you can operate your lights, climate control, gen controls, inverters, everything located right there next to you when you're sitting there. All right, let's go on to the back. So it's a mid-bath floor plan. Full-length mirror there. And here we have some good storage above the toilet. This is all storage, plus if you get a shot all the way in there, there's a Starlink located up top. So this comes equipped with Starlink, medicine cabinet storage, pretty good sized shower. Just to give you a reference, I'm 6'2". I've got plenty of room in here. Take a shower, lots of headroom. And then down below, got the little kick plate. So if you're sweeping up, clean up, you've got the little central vacuum suction there, plus your hose attachments will be to the right of my foot here. All right. And we do have a stackable washer and dryer, going to be located here. And as we make our way back to the bedroom, we've got a king size Supreme Aire mattress, 110 and USB ports on both sides of the bed. There's above in the ceiling area, we've got two 15,000 BTU air conditioners, both with heat pumps. And then back here in the back, this panel opens up. So it kind of utilizes your, instead of your breaker system being located in the mid bath, they've moved it all the way to the rear on this floor plan. But then they actually access to a little couple extra shelves. But again, if your slides are all in and you need to access the breaker panel, you simply just crawl over the bed to get to it. You're not having to go up under a bed or anything. It's still easy to access. And then with this, with the water tanks being down in the compartment storage below, it is going to free up some storage underneath. So we've got some good storage beneath the king size bed. This is the pump on the Supreme Aire mattress. And then across in front of the bed, we've got the 43-inch LED Samsung Smart TV. Hanging storage on both sides of the television. Some LED lights in each closet. Full extension drawer glides on all the drawers. I believe these bottom ones will be a tad bit bigger. Yeah, so let's make our way up front. All right, so they still keep the air cab as part of the kind of the flush floor from cab all the way to back. So this cab is independent from the house when you're going down the road. Both of these seats will swivel to join the living room. And being a Cascadia cab, this will be a whole new look for Newmar. As you've seen in some of the previous videos we've done on the Cascadia, this has the winged dash. Built by Freightliner, you're gonna have the Detroit system here with your AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. Your camera is gonna be up top here. So the actual backup camera is located here with the bird's eye view, and then that way it gives you access. This is all a touchscreen panel here for navigation, lighting, chassis specs, cab specs, everything located in here. And it's also got Bluetooth. If you want to pair your phone to it, you certainly can. Over here on the dash cluster is going to be where you use the mouse right here on the left side for this one, and you use the mouse on the right side of the steering wheel for this panel on this side here. Down below here, we've got some cab lights. So quick access to the cab ceiling lights, courtesy lights, docking lights. You can merge your house and chassis batteries located right here. generator on off switch. So you can do that from the mobile app, you can do it from the panel in the back, you can start stop it from here. Remember the panel outside at the water base, there's a lot of different locations where you can turn the generator on and off from, depending on where you're at in the coach. Shade up and down is going to be up above, so you do have the nice big skylight up top. If I want to bring that shade down to block some sunlight out, you're going to use this switch here on the dash. And then you have some of these switches here are going to be all tied into the chassis. You got a regen switch, lane departure warning, automatic traction control switch going to be located there. There's a light test switch in here, footwell light. And then on the side panel here, you've got, so instead of the push button for your transmission, now you've got it right here at the steering stock. So as I pull this towards my knee, it's got a 3-stage engine brake. You can put it in a manual mode or automatic. It's always in automatic. Remember, it's got the DT12, 12-speed automatic transmission from Detroit, along with a 525 Detroit DD13. Power windows, power locks, power mirrors. Yeah, I think we covered quite a bit. Got some little overhead compartments there. So if you are in the market for a new Cascadia, possibly, we do have one available. We got a 2026 year model. By the way, this is stock number 5N250313. My name's Grant Russell. Feel free to text or call me anytime. You can reach me at 720-539-4711. Or you can always shoot me an email at grussell@transwest.com. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. I'm out.